Hello friends, in this lecture I would like to explain to you why we have to learn about accountancy. So in this lecture I would like to explain you why we need to learn about accountancy. What do you mean by the double entry system of accounting? Okay, now many students have a question, why do we need accountancy? What is the importance of accountancy? So I'll just tell you a small story where we will come to understand the importance of this subject called as the double entry system of accounting. Okay, let us discuss a small story. In my story, there is a highway, NH9, National Highway 9. It is going through a district called as the Dry District. It's going through a district called as the Dry District, and in my story there are three characters. The name of the first character is Lakshminath, and the name of the second character is Badrinath, and the name of the third character is Daridranath. So there are three friends, Lakshminath, Badrinath and Daridranath. All of them have a common thing. Lakshminath has 5 acres of land, Badrinath has 5 acres of land, and Daridranath also has 5 acres of land. So there are three characters in our story, and each character has 5 acres of land just beside the national highway. But this land is located in a district called as the Dry District. Now, let us say our story is placed in 2003. So we are talking about 2003. In 2003, Lakshminath, Badrinath and Daridranath were around 19-20 years old, youngsters, youth in 2003. Now, all these three characters in our story are very close friends. They are Langotia Yaar. They are friends from their childhood. But all of these three friends face a problem in their life. The problem is they are sons of farmers. Their parents, their grandparents all were farmers. So they are also born in farmers' family. So their main profession was agriculture. And their land is located in a district called as the Dry District. Their agriculture is based only on the monsoon rainfall. When there is rain, they get one crop which is sufficient to eat and sufficient to buy clothing. That's it. During the remaining parts of the year, because there is no source of water anywhere, they don't do any agriculture and they lead a very difficult life. So all these three people who are 19-20 years old youth were farmers because their father was also a farmer, their grandparents were a farmer, they were given land, so they were doing farming. But they were living a very difficult life. They were leading a very difficult life in 2003. Now, out of these three friends, Lakshminath is a courageous person. He wants to change his life. He wants to live a luxurious life. Now, in 2003, the market value of each acre of land was 20 lakhs. In 2003, the market value of each acre of land was 20 lakhs. Because it is just located near the national highway, each acre had a market value of 20 lakhs. That means each of them is a crorepati. If they sell 5 acres of land, each acre for 20 lakhs, they are going to get 1 crore rupees each. That means each character in our story is a crorepati. But they will enjoy that money only when they sell the land. If they don't sell the land, they have to do agriculture. Agriculture is dependent upon rainfall, and when there is no rainfall, they lead a very difficult life. Farmer's life is a very difficult life. Doing agriculture is very difficult. So, Lakshminath, We said he's a courageous person, he wants to change his life, he wants to become rich, he wants to become successful. So in the year 2003, after Pongal, after Sankranti, what he decides is, he decides, I'm not able to lead this difficult life, I want to sell away my land. He wants to sell away the land. He wants to leave the custom, he wants to leave the emotional bonding with the land. He says, just because I am holding on to land, I am not able to live my life. I cannot give a good life in the future to my children, to my family. So I want to sell away the land, even though this land has been given to me by my parents, and the land comes from my grandparents. I am not going to care, I am going to sell away the land and I want to live a luxurious life. So in 2003, after Pongal, after Sankranti, Lakshminath sells away his land for 1 crore rupees. He sells away all the 5 acres of land and he gets 1 crore rupees. He enjoys the festival, Pongal, Sankranti, Baisakhi, whatever it is called as. He enjoys that particular festival with his family and with his Langoti Ayars, his friends, and next day he cannot be seen in the village. Lakshminath has taken away his family and just vanishes from the village. You don't know where Lakshminath has gone. Lakshminath just vanishes from the village with the money without telling his friends Badrinath and also Daridranath. Everybody is surprised where Lakshminath has gone with the money. Okay, so this was the first half of our story. Okay, let us come to the second half of the story. Now let us say, after 10 years, 2013, again Pongal time, again Sankranti time. Now in 2013, a white color brand new Mercedes-Benz car comes to the village. Called as a Rai district, there is a village, they come to the village. Now from the car, few people get out of the car. Mr. Lakshminath, his wife, and he has 2 children. Now Lakshminath is around 30 years old because it is already 10 years since 2003. So he is 30 years old, he is married, he has 2 kids. Now how does he look? Lakshminath is wearing a lot of gold, he is wearing a lot of gold necklaces, chains. He has 10 rings to his 10 fingers. He has a nice thick bracelet. He has a diamond studded cell phone. He is wearing a gold chain which is fit for a dog chain. Okay, so he is full of gold. His wife, she is also top to bottom full of gold. She is wearing, let us say, a big Vardhanam. She is wearing again 10 rings to her 10 fingers. She has bangles up till here. So she also looks like goddess Lakshmi. Now his 2 children, even those 2 children are full of gold. Now we come to understand that Mr. Lakshminath has become very, very rich because he is having a lot of gold. He comes in a white color brand new Mercedes-Benz car. Okay, now Lakshminath and his family go and they meet their friends. Do you remember? I think he had 2 friends, Mr. Badrinath and Mr. Daridranath. So Lakshminath goes and meets his friends Badrinath and Daridranath. Now for a few minutes, Badrinath and Daridranath are not able to recognize Lakshminath because he has become so rich. He looks full of gold and he has a brand new car. So for 5 to 6 minutes, they are not able to recognize him. After some time, they are able to recognize their childhood friend. Now, Badrinath and Lakshminath and Daridranath ask Mr. Lakshminath, how have you become rich? You look so rich, you have a big car, you have so much gold on you and on your children and your wife, they are wearing so much of gold. How have you become so rich? Have you been doing some smuggling, etc.? Have you been doing something wrong? Lakshminath says, nothing doing, I have not been doing anything wrong. I am very sorry, I did not tell you when I went away from the village. Actually what happened was, after going from the village, I went to the city. I went to Hyderabad city, and there, with the help of my very close friend who was working in a bank, I deposited the money safely in the bank account, and then I worked as a worker in a jewellery shop for a period of 1 year. After depositing my money in a bank, I worked as a worker in a jewelry shop for a period of 1 year. And during this 1 year time, I learned a lot about the jewelry business. I learned how to buy gold biscuits, how to make them into jewelry, how to sell them, how to make profits. I learned all the tricks of the trade. After 1 year, I withdrew the money from the bank and I took a small shop in Hyderabad and I started my own jewelry shop. It was a very big success. Next year, I started another jewelry shop, and the coming year, I started 2 more jewelry shops, and today I hold a chain of 10 jewelry showrooms in Hyderabad. Now, I am a very rich person. I have a very big building in Banjara Hills. I have 10 cars, 20 servants, and I have 4 or 5 dogs also. So now I am a very rich person and a very settled man in Hyderabad. Okay, so this was how I earned my richness. This is what Mr. Lakshminath tells his friends, Mr. Badrinath and Mr. Daridranath. Now, Badrinath also starts thinking, I should also have sold away my land. I should also have done some business. My life would have become better. I could have given a better life to my family. I held on to the emotion of not selling the land. If I would also have sold my land, I would also have become rich like Mr. Lakshminath. So now, Badrinath also starts thinking. He says, he tells his wife, I will also sell my land, I will also go to Hyderabad city, I will also do some business, and I also want to become rich and successful. I cannot lead this difficult life of doing agriculture. Even though I have assets of crores of rupees, I cannot, sometimes I don't even have food to eat. It's better to sell away the land and to do some business and to live a very happy life. But Badrinath is afraid. He can't take this decision because Badrinath, he doesn't know about any business. He doesn't have knowledge of any business. So he's thinking, will I be able to do a business successfully? Because he's worried. He sells away his land. He starts a business. And if he does not succeed, he will lose all his money. And his family will all come on the road because he has sold away his land, and if the money is wasted, if the money is lost, then he would have nothing else. He would have to stand on the road and beg. So Badrinath is worried. He feels, I don't know about any business. If I start a business, if it becomes unsuccessful, if it goes into losses, then I would have a lot of problems. So Badrinath goes to Mr. Lakshminath. He says, friend, I have 5 acres of land, as you know. Now in 2003, you sold away the land for 20 lakhs. But today, if I sell the land, I will get 40 lakhs rupees for each acre because the land values have increased further. So I will sell away the land, I will get 40 lakhs rupees per acre. Now if I sell 5 acres of land, I will get 2 crore rupees. You take these 2 crore rupees and give me partnership in your business. I want to become your partner. After all, you are my Langotia yar, you are my very close friend. Lakshminath says, no, I don't want to mix partnership and friendship. I don't want to do business with my friends. I have a lot of my own money. I don't want your money. But because you are my friend, I will give you one option. You come to Hyderabad with the money. I will help you in setting up a jewelry shop. I will stand behind you and I will tell you how to start the business, how to go about the business, how to purchase, how to make, how to sell. I will teach you all the tricks of the business. I will stand behind you and I will give you direction. But money belongs to you. You have to take all the risk, and if there are any profits, you can enjoy all the profits. But I will be there with you to give you all direction. This is what Mr. Lakshminath tells Mr. Badrinath. Badrinath says, okay friend, you are very frank enough. I like you. So I will sell away my land. When I get the money, I will come with the money to Hyderabad. And you have to help me in setting up a business. You have to tell me how to do this business, and you also have to help me in changing my life. So Badrinath has decided that he is going to sell away the land, and with the directions of Mr. Lakshminath, he is also going to start a jewelry business in Hyderabad. Because Lakshminath knows well about the business, Mr. Badrinath also wants to do the same business. So Badrinath also sells away his land. He sells away 5 acres, each acre for 40 lakhs, so he gets 2 crore rupees. Now Lakshminath takes the money and he comes to Hyderabad city. He comes to the home of Lakshminath. Now, what should be the first step that Mr. Badrinath has to stay. Lakshminath tells Badrinath, Badrinath, the first thing you have to do is, please get a company registered. Don't do the business in your name. Do the business in the name of a company. If you do the business in the name of a company, in the future, if there are any problems, you can escape. Your liability will be limited. So, he advises Mr. Badrinath to register a company. So, Badrinath now registers a company. Let us say, he has decided that the name of the company will be Badrinath Jewellers Private Limited. So Mr. Badrinath has registered a company. The name of the company is called as Badrinath Jewellers Private Limited. Now, Badrinath asks Lakshminath, what is the next step? Lakshminath says, whatever money you have, you introduce it as capital into the company. You have to put your money into the company as capital. He says, okay, I will invest my money as capital in this particular company. Now, one thing I want you all to remember is that Mr. Badrinath has to be very, very careful. He has sold away his land, he has brought 2 crore rupees, and if he does not use this money carefully, he will become a beggar. So Mr. Badrinath has to be very, very careful. Okay, now he has invested the money into the business, cash 2 crores and owner's capital 2 crores. Okay, now what should the next step Mr. Badrinath take? Now, the first thing he has to do is he has to search for a shop, because he cannot do jewellery business on the road. He cannot do jewellery business on the footpath. He requires a shop. Now, Lakshminath advises Badrinath, it's better you purchase a shop, because if everything goes bad, if everything goes wrong, at least you will have a shop. So he says, let us purchase a shop. Now they search for shops in good locations, and they find that there is a very big shopping mall under construction. And they see a shop, a very nice looking shop, 2000 square feet, just road facing. So they go and inquire. The shop is for sale for 50 lakhs rupees. So Mr. Badrinath pays 50 lakhs rupees and he buys a shop. Okay, now we will call it as building. Now, I want all of you to remember one thing, that after you listen to the story, I will ask you some questions and you should be able to answer them. Okay, and that will help you to understand the subject. So you have to listen to me very, very carefully and think for some time that you are Badrinath and this is your business, and at the end of the story I will be asking you a few questions. You should be able to answer them. Okay, so Badrinath reduced 2 crores as cash. Then he purchased a building for 50 lakhs rupees. Now what is the next step they have to take? Now he has only an empty shop. He doesn't have anything else. Now he has to make some furniture in the shop. We cannot make the customers to sit on the floor. We need some furniture. We need showcases. We need sofas. We need lot of display furniture. So now Mr. Badrinath spends some more money and he purchases furniture. Let us say he has spent 20 lakhs rupees on furniture. Now the shop is ready, the furniture is also ready. Next, what should he do? Now he needs jewellery for display in the shop to start selling the jewellery to the customer. Now Mr. Badrinath has an option. Either he can purchase ready-made jewellery from somebody and then sell it to the customer, or second option he has is he has to purchase gold biscuits and with the help of machinery he has to make them into jewellery and then sell it to the customers. Mr. Badrinath is confused whether I should buy jewellery and sell it or should I make jewellery and sell it. So Mr. Badrinath goes to Lakshminath. Lakshminath, what should I do? Lakshminath says, Don't buy jewelry and sell it. Buy gold biscuits, I'll tell you how to make jewelry and then sell the jewelry. So now Badrinath has decided that he is going to buy gold biscuits. With the help of machinery, he is going to convert them into jewelry and he is going to sell them. But he faces a problem now, Badrinath. See, he needs a machinery for converting the gold biscuits into jewelry. So now Badrinath will purchase some machinery. Let us say he has purchased some machinery also. So now he has a shop which is ready. He has beautiful furniture ready. He also has purchased some fully automatic latest machinery for making jewelry also. So everything is ready with him now. Now Badrinath requires gold biscuits to start making them into jewelry. Now before he buys gold biscuits, Mr. Badrinath, with the help of Lakshminath, appoints 5 workers to make jewelry, beautiful designs. So they go to Rajasthan and corners of the country and they bring certain artisans, people who have a lot of skill in making the jewelry. He appoints 5 workers and he promises them that I will pay you 10,000 rupees per month as wages. So the workers are also ready. Now Badrinath asks the workers, how much quantity of gold biscuits do we require to display in our shop and to sell the customers? The workers tell, sir, we require at least 8 kgs of gold biscuits. We don't require in grams, we require in kgs because we require a lot of jewelry. 8 kgs of gold biscuits, he says. And let us say approximately the cost price of 1 kg of gold biscuits is 25 lakhs. 8 kgs comes to 2 crore rupees. Now Mr. Badrinath has a headache. He says, I require 2 crore rupees to buy gold biscuits, but I don't have that much amount of money. Out of 2 crores I have already spent some money. I don't have 2 crore rupees to buy gold biscuits. So he's worried. Whenever he has a worry, he can go to his friend called as Mr. Lakshminath. So he goes to Lakshminath and tells, I need 2 crore rupees to buy gold biscuits. Without 2 crore rupees I cannot start my business. Now Lakshminath says, don't worry. I have a supplier in Dubai. His name is Mr. Bangaram. I'll make a phone call. He'll bring 8 kgs in suitcase. You have to pay him only 50 lakhs now. I will tell him he'll wait for another 6 months time. You can make the payment after 6 months. He's my regular supplier. I know him very well. I can do this help. He will bring 8 kgs of gold biscuits for you in a suitcase. No, it's not smuggling. He'll give you all bills, etc., etc. You have to pay him only 50 lakhs now and you can pay the remaining 1.5 crores later. So Mr. Badrinath is now relieved because his problem is solved. So now Badrinath purchases gold biscuits. Purchases for cash come to 50 lakhs and for credit comes to 1.5 crores. So he has purchased some gold biscuits by paying cash and some gold biscuits by purchasing it on credit. A shop is ready, furniture is ready, machinery is ready, workers are ready, and gold biscuits also have been purchased. Now the workers work very hard for a period of 1 month and they prepare beautiful designs of jewelry. Now they have arranged the jewelry in the shop. The shop is ready now. Now what should Mr. Badrinath do now? He cannot start immediately selling the jewelry. He has to do some advertisement. He has to do some publicity. So now what Mr. Badrinath does is he pays 25 lakh rupees to an advertising agency. The advertising agency is going to give ads in newspapers, in FM radio, in television channels. They are going to set up hoardings and they will also bring a beautiful heroine to do the opening ceremony for your shop. So now Mr. Badrinath pays 25 lakhs rupees to the advertising agency for the opening ceremony and for all the advertisements. Advertising, he has spent 25 lakhs. Now a beautiful heroine comes, she opens the shop, and because of the beautiful designs and because of the good quality of jewelry which was made by Mr. Badrinath, the people love the jewelry, they like the jewelry, and in the first month itself he is able to generate sales of 2 crore rupees. Nearly half of the shop is empty. He opened the shop, in the marriage season and the people like the quality, designs, etc., he was able to sell away a lot of the jewelry, and half of his shop is empty. He could sell the jewelry for cash for 2 crore rupees. So he has sold. Now, it's already 2 months since he has opened his shop. Now, there are certain expenses which Mr. Badrinath has to pay now, because he had appointed 5 workers to whom he has to pay wages. So Mr. Badrinath now pays the wages of his workers. Wages 50,000 rupees. Mr. Badrinath also had a sales team. He had appointed 5 sales girls and 5 sales boys to sell the jewelry in the shop. He has to pay their salaries also now, let us see. So he is paying also salaries. 40,000. Now, in a jewelry shop, I think you will all definitely know that there are hundreds of bulbs used. There is a lot of lighting in a jewelry shop. So he has to pay his electricity bill also. So Mr. Badrinath pays the electricity bill also. Electricity expenses 10,000 rupees. Now, Mr. Badrinath also has to pay telephone expenses, because he will definitely have some telephone in his shop. He has to pay his telephone expenses also. So he pays his telephone expenses also. Let us say 6,000 rupees he has paid his telephone expenses. Now, he got a sales of 2 crore rupees. Out of them he has made some payments and he has a lot of cash now. He feels it is not safe to bring cash every day to the shop and take it back to his home. He feels that is not safe enough. So what Mr. Badrinath does is, out of the sales which he generated, he deposits 1.5 crores in his bank account. So he has opened a bank account for the business and he deposits around 1.5 crores in a bank. He has deposited 1.5 crore rupees in a bank account. Now, so he has been doing a lot of business. Now, Mr. Badrinath, because there are so many transactions happening, he requires a computer. So he buys a computer also. Let us see. He buys a computer for 50,000 rupees. And simply buying computer is not sufficient. You need some stationery also. So he spends some money on stationery also. He buys stationery worth 5,000 rupees. So he has been doing a business for the last 2 months. He has become very successful. His shop is running successfully. I think you remember there is one more character in our story, Mr. Daridrinath. So now Mr. Daridrinath also comes to the city. He wants to know what his friends have been doing in the city. Early morning, Mr. Daridrinath comes to the shop of Mr. Badrinath. And when Daridrinath comes to the shop, Badrinath is very busy. He is counting bundles and bundles and bundles of cash. He doesn't even have time to talk to his friend. He says, friend, you have some breakfast, you have some tea, please watch TV for some time. I am very busy counting bundles and bundles of notes. I take you to my home in the afternoon, there we can have a chat. So Daridrinath says, no problem friend, you can do your work. I'll just see how your shop is running. I'll see TV, I'll have some breakfast, I'll have some coffee if I want. I'll sleep for some time, he says. Okay, so now I think Daridrinath has been doing the same thing for the entire day. He just goes around the shop, he sees how the jewelry has been arranged. He's amazed. He has some breakfast, he watches some TV, and when the lunchtime comes, both of them go to the home. Now, Daridrinath tells Mr. Badrinath, "Hey, you also have become very, very successful. Your shop is also running very well. You are busy counting bundles and bundles of cash throughout the day. So now I have an idea. I don't have a courage to sell away all the 5 acres of land and start doing business like you and Lakshminath. I don't have that much courage. But I want to share one idea with you. I will take a small shop on rent near our village. There is a town, as you remember. So there is a town near our village. In that particular town, I will take a small shop on rent. You supply me some jewelry on credit. I cannot pay you cash. You supply me some jewelry on credit. You make some profits. You add some profits. No problem. You give me some jewelry on credit. I will take it to that particular shop and I will sell the jewelry in my shop. And once I get the money, I will give you the money. I will keep my profits. You can also make some profits. So Badrinath says, "Sorry, you are my close friend, no problem. If you want how much ever gold jewelry you want, you can take." He says, "I don't want much. Please supply me jewelry worth 10 lakhs rupees." So now Badrinath sells jewelry on credit to Mr. Daridranath. Credit. This is sales on credit, 10 lakhs. So let us say these were the transactions which took place in the business of Mr. Badrinath for the first 2 months from the date he started his business. Okay. Now I think you would have enjoyed the story. Now I would like to ask some questions to you. The first question I would like to ask is, can you tell me how much cash, physical cash, is left with Mr. Badrinath? Can you tell me how much cash is left with Mr. Badrinath? Now, I know you are all trying. I'll just do one mischief. Tell me how much cash is left with Mr. Badrinath. You were enjoying the story, and I know it is very, very difficult to give an answer after I have rubbed the numbers from the board. So you don't know how much cash is left. Frankly, even I don't know how much cash is left with Mr. Badrinath. Okay, I'll ask you one more question. Can you tell me how much profits Mr. Badrinath made during that particular period? Did he make some profits? Did he make any losses? If you want to give an answer, you have to give an answer accurately. It cannot be around, it cannot be generally. I have to get an accurate answer. Can you tell me how much profit was made by Mr. Badrinath? I don't have any numbers left on the board. I have rubbed them wantedly. I know that it is even difficult to tell how much profits was he making. Now if I ask you how much Mr. Badrinath has to collect from his customers, it is very difficult to answer. Now in our story there was only one customer, but normally there will be hundreds of customers who will continuously come, buy, then make a payment after some time, again buy and again make a payment after some time. It will be very difficult to find out how much Mr. Badrinath has to receive from his customers. In the same way, in our story we had only one supplier, but in a normal business, businessman will have hundreds of suppliers. He will be continuously buying, making payments, buying, making payments. It will be very difficult to give an answer to the question how much Mr. Badrinath has to pay to his suppliers. So when I am asking you a few questions, how much cash balance you have, the answer is not coming. I am asking you what were the profits or the losses, the answer is not coming. I am asking you how much has to be collected from the customers. It's very difficult to give an answer. I am asking you how much you have to pay to the suppliers. Again, it's very difficult to answer. Now, why are we not able to give answers to these questions? The problem is, we were listening to the story, everything was recorded in our brain, and as the information grew, as the information became more and more, it got mixed up and most of the information was deleted by our mind. So there is too much of information, that much information our brain cannot process, it cannot remember. That is why I am not able to give the answer to these questions. Now, without finding an answer to these questions, it is impossible to run a business. So you need information about cash, you need information about your profits, you need information about your debtors, you need information about your creditors, you need a lot of information to do your business. Without this information, it's impossible to do a business. Then what should we do? Now, Ms. Badrinath should have recorded the transactions. Now, so somebody tells Badrinath, you should have recorded the transactions. If you would have recorded this transaction, you would have got answer for all these questions. Now, Badrinath, what he does is, he takes a nice big diary and he starts writing. I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I went to the bathroom at 7:30. I came out of the bathroom at 7:45. I had 2 idli, 1 dosa at 8 o'clock. I had my bath at 9 o'clock. I went to the shop at 9:30. A lady came, she purchased one ring for 5,000 rupees. At 11 o'clock, a man came, he purchased a bracelet for 50,000 rupees. At 12 o'clock, I made a call to my wife, and what he was talking, he also writes that also. He says, afternoon 1 o'clock I went to the home. I had chicken, I had mutton. I slept for 2 hours. I came back to the shop. So whatever he is doing from the time he wakes up until the time he sleeps, he's writing everything in the diary. What happens is, after 10 days, 3 big diaries are over. Now again somebody asks Mr. Badrinath, how much cash you have? Badrinath has to read 3 full diaries to find an answer to that question. He doesn't have an answer. Somebody asks him, how much profits you have made? He says, wait for a second. He goes into a room, closes the room, and he comes out of the room after 3 days, because it takes 3 days time for him to read those 3 diaries. But he doesn't still have an answer. He pulls his hair out. So this format of recording will also not work. You cannot record it in the form of stories, poems, novels. So all the information of the business transactions has to be recorded in a systematic language. It has to be recorded in a scientific manner called as the double entry system of accounting. So double entry system of accounting is the accounting language. So all the transactions of the business have to be recorded in this scientific system called as the double entry system of accounting. Now, in every language we have some words and we have certain rules to use those words also. In the same way, in the double entry system of accounting language, we have 2 words, debit and credit. Or we can say there are 2 sides, debit side and credit side. Or we can say there are 2 lines, debit line and credit line. Now, there are certain rules how to use these words, how to use these sides, how to use these lines. And let us learn about those rules. Okay. Now if you observe, I wrote some information here. Owner, supplier, bank, customer. They are all personal accounts. This all information relates to people, persons. So they are all called as personal accounts. Information relating to the persons, people are called as personal accounts. Now, how personal accounts? How the rules have to be applied to personal accounts? There are 2 rules. The rules are debit the receiver and credit the giver. I told you in this language there are only 2 words, debit and credit. So the personal account rules are debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now what is debit? Debit is like plus. What is credit? Credit is like minus. If debit is left, credit is right. If debit is top, credit is bottom. They are 2 opposite things. Okay. So what should be added? Receiver should be added. What should be subtracted? Giver should be subtracted. Or we can say debit the receiver and credit the giver. So these are personal account rules. Cash, building, furniture, machinery, computer. These are all called as assets. They are called as real information. These accounts are called as real accounts. You can really touch cash. You can touch building, you can touch furniture, you can touch machinery, you can touch computer. These are all real accounts. Now what are real account rules? The real account rules are debit what comes in and credit what goes out. These are the 2 rules. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Now again there is some information here. Purchases, sales, advertisement, wages, salaries, electricity, telephone, stationery. Purchases is an expense, advertisement is an expense, wages is an expense, salary is an expense, electricity is an expense, telephone is an expense, stationery is an expense. These are all called as expenses and losses. Sales is called as an income and a gain. Now, these 2 pieces of information are called as nominal information, or they are called as nominal accounts. Now, why are they called as nominal accounts? Information relating to expenses and incomes is recorded only for one purpose, that is calculation of profits. Once profits are calculated, this information can be forgotten. That information can be thrown into the dustbin. That is why this information is called as nominal accounts or nominal information. Okay. So expenses and losses, incomes and gains are together called as nominal accounts. What are nominal account rules? The nominal account rules are debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So we can summarize, we can say the information to be recorded in the business transactions can be of three types: information relating to persons, information relating to assets, and information relating to expenses, losses and incomes and gains. Information relating to persons have to be recorded by using the rules debit the receiver, credit the giver. So we can say personal account rules are debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver from the business, credit the giver to the business. Now, real accounts, information relating to assets, how should they be recorded? Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Now, how should you record expenses, losses, incomes and gains? Nominal account rules are debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So these are the rules which are used for recording the accounting transactions, let us say. So when business transactions take place, they have to be recorded in a scientific language called as a double entry system of accounting. And information can be divided into three types: personal information, real information and nominal information. Personal account rules are debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account rules are debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And nominal account information is debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So all the transactions of the business, when they are recorded in the scientific system of accounting, then it is possible to find answers to all the questions. We can find out how much cash balance is there at any moment. We can find out how much profits we are making, how much losses we are making. We can find out who are our debtors. We can find out who are our creditors. It is possible to get readily available information which is very, very accurate. So without recording the transactions of the business in the accounting language, in the double entry system of accounting, it is not possible to do the business. So this was the lecture on what is the importance of accounting. Without accountancy, it is not possible to run a business. So this is the importance of our subject. Thanks a lot. I hope you have enjoyed this story.